What a wimp. This video is brought to you by the Office of Tatum Store. The Office of Tatum Store. Make sure you get the link in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to my channel. Hit that join button so you can join the Tatum Squad. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Bill Belichick is a straight up. That's how I feel. I don't know why we don't have strong men in this country anymore. What happened to the strong men? What happened to the men that didn't care nothing about what people think about you, and you stand on principle and you say, you know what, I can decipher media outrage versus reality. I'm a man with my own 2 eyes and ears. I can make decisions that I want to make and not make decisions that's expedient for the political masses. Bill Belichick, he was to be rewarded with the Medal of Freedom from President Trump. This is the honorable Medal of Freedom. The recipients who have received it have been honorable people who have accomplished a lot. Bill Belichick is lucky that he's even considered because he's a coach of a sport. He's not in any way, form, or fashion doing anything historically great, in my personal opinion, when you look at things that actually affect change, in my personal opinion. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. He's coaching a football team. And when Tom Brady's not on that football team, they lose. So not trying to belittle him, because it's an accomplishment within the sport to achieve what he's been able to achieve. Don't get me wrong. But I think that this is such a coward move by Bill Belichick. Such a soft coward. I'm not a man that stand on my own 10. I don't understand why people got to be so soft. You don't have to like the president. But just being presented with the medal is more than who's presenting it to you. It doesn't matter. These presidents come, go, and they die. But you have the medal because it means something. You've accomplished something. It's about you. It's not about the president. So let me read his little excuse that he made because he's a coward. And that's my opinion. You can dislike me if you want to. But in a statement, and this is I'm telling you, man, if the man was straight across the board, I say, you know what, Bill Belichick, that makes sense. I feel you. I respect that. Now, I'm not his daddy. I can't tell him what to do. But I'm just giving my statement and my opinion about what's going on. If he was consistent across the board, I say, you know what, Bill Belichick is standing on something. I get you. That's where you stand. Take a stand. But he's not standing on anything. Listen to what he said as one of his remarks. He said, recently I was offered the opportunity to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which I was flattered by out of respect for what the honor represents and the admiration for prior recipients. Belichick said, subsequently, the tragic events of last week occurred, and the decision has been made to not move forward with the award. Above all, I'm an American citizen with great reverence for our nation's values, freedom, and democracy. But you didn't say nothing about election issues, did you? Did you, Bill Belichick? When you saw these videos and people are signing affidavits saying that there's some corrupt stuff going on in the election, allegedly, you didn't say nothing. You said nothing. But you believe in democracy. You believe in democracy. When they ban president from all social media platforms, and they've been banning conservatives for years, and you and the president was friends at one point, you don't say, do you? You don't. You're about a nation's values, but when the Democrats have open borders, what are you saying? You don't say nothing. You don't entertain that. Let's go down and see what else he says, which is why he's a coward in my personal opinion. He says, I also represent my family in the New England Patriots team. One of the most rewarding things is my professional career took place in 2020 when, through the great leadership within our team, conversations about social justice, equality, and human rights moved to the forefront and became action. What in the are you talking about, Bill? What equality? The white boys on your team, they starting now? You made diversity on your football team, so now there's just as many as white boys as there are black dudes. Is that what that's what your equality came out to be? Because last time I checked, it ain't no equality in the NFL. You perform or you don't perform. If the person that's best at the job is black, he starts. If he's white, he starts. There's no equity in football. You good enough to play or you don't. You win the Super Bowl or you don't. But all of a sudden, there's social justice and equity. What have you accomplished? What has the NFL accomplished this year to move the needle for black people in America? What? The black folks on your team are millionaires, mind you. They are the top 1% earners. Because if they're not multimillionaires with great contracts, they're making league minimum, which is almost $500,000 a year. Practice squad is making more than the average household income. What equality are you talking about? What equality has been damaged when you got millionaires playing a sport? You making millions of dollars. Give your job up for a black man. That's equality. Give your job up for a black man. Oh, you won't. Why? Because it's about winning. It's not about race. I can't stand these people. I can't believe he punked out like this. I can't believe it. I thought Bill Belichick was one of the ones that's going to stand strong. Continue those efforts while remaining true to the people, team, and country. I love outweighs the benefit of any individual award. I don't understand. If you are fighting for social justice, equality, and human rights within the football league, that would suggest that the football league is inherently racist. Not one black owner in the entire football league. Do you want to go down that path and say the football league is racist? Because there's not one black owner. Are they racist? Bill, are you racist? No, systemic racism in America. It don't stop in the NFL. So is the NFL systemically racist? Is the NFL systemically racist, Bill Belichick? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then you haven't been participating. You haven't been standing up for social justice until 2020. Then you are a part of the problem, and you should quit and step down as the head football coach because you have been contributing to white supremacy according to your logic. And you just realized in 2020 when you've been coaching for decades. Okay, I'm just saying. Either the league is racist or it's not. Either you keeping it 100 or you playing games. Either you're about social justice or you're not. It's funny I don't see anybody trying to equal the playing field for other ethnicities within the NFL when like 70 or 80% of the NFL is black people. How about you try to diversify the players? Oh, no, because it's about winning. You can diversify the coaches because you could put a affirmative action hire as a black head coach with good offensive coordinator, good defensive coordinator, and he'll make it through with good players. He don't need to be that great. You can do the affirmative action with your coaches. Why can't you do it with players? Oh, because if you don't win, you don't have a job. If they don't perform, you don't win championships. That's why you can't play social justice with black players and white players or whatever ethnicity you want to throw in the realm. Ever since black players have been able to get into the NFL, it's been disproportionately black players. White running back does the same effort and the same job as a black running back. He will never be considered a top player in the nation, top player in the NFL. He won't. Will McCaffrey ever go down in history as one of the best running backs ever? No, he will not. He won't. He won't. Why is it? Is his stats there? His stats are there. Y'all don't even know who McCaffrey is. Some of y'all don't even know who he is. Y'all know all the black running backs. You don't know who McCaffrey is. Stats are there. His college career was there. These people ain't gonna win. Why? Because I think there's a bias. Have you ever seen a white defensive back? One of them that I say used to play for the New York Giants. I forget, long time ago. One white defensive back. Why? A cornerback. There's been a couple safeties. One white cornerback in the NFL that I have known of in my whole life. Are they trying to diversify the defensive backfield? No. It's about winning. And for a coach to come out and make these statements of equality and social justice, he is a coward. It ain't about Trump. It's the fact that you are afraid of what other people are going to say about you. That's why you won't accept one of the most prestigious awards ever, because you're afraid of what other people may say about you. What happened at the Capitol had minimal to do with the President of the United States of America. Had minimal to do with. These people are upset because of what everybody knows. I don't have to talk about it because I don't want them banning me. We all know why some of these people were upset. If you don't, you're sleeping under a rock. When they're doing things in history that have never been done before and nobody's willing to do an investigation, people are going to come up with ideas of why that hadn't happened. If the roles were reversed, Democrats would have done an investigation. They wouldn't have not allowed an election to go forward if there's been accusations. They wouldn't have done it. They blamed President Trump for 4 years that Russia stole the 2016 election. For 4 years, they said Russia stole the American election, and nobody said nothing. And now the people on the right are saying, we have a theory, just like you had a theory that it was Russia. We have a theory that there's things that are going on within our country that have caused this not to be fair. So just like in 2016, Russia, how is it any different that they believe that the Dominion voting machines have an issue? Two people having the questions about the election. The difference is that when it was against Trump, it was okay. Everybody had an opinion. Everybody could say what they had to say. Nobody was censored online. They did an investigation, spent millions of dollars, FBI agents, special counsel for 3.5 years or so, and came up with nothing because it was based on bull crap. And they can't even give 10 minutes of a hearing to hear what the people have said, 70-something million people that voted for President Trump. The difference is when Black Lives Matter go out and burn down entire cities, it's righteous outrage. It's righteous. They have a reason. And then patriots go do anything related to that on the right. Trump supporters, they're insurrectionists. They're trying to take over the country. They was in there for 30 minutes. They went in, they escorted out, they finished the vote. Same day. They got out, they came in, finished the vote. You can't tell me that's an insurrection that lasts 30 minutes. Come on, man. This is what bothers me. Is that people who are cowards, they further the divide and further misinformation. Because he's too much of a coward, because he's worried about what other people may think of him, he won't accept the award, which is further pushing an agenda that's not necessarily true. Donald Trump didn't have nothing to do with that. He had minimal to do with that. I'm not saying he had nothing, okay? People were down there. They were mad. He's been telling people that the election has been interfered with. He's been saying it. Other people have been saying it. Hundreds of people have signed affidavits saying it. So I get it. Some people are going to listen to what he said, and they're gonna do things. But if you have 500,000 people in D.C. and maybe 2,000 people go and do something they shouldn't do you not blame the majority of peaceful people on President Trump? You just blame the 1,000 people? What about the 500,000 that didn't do nothing, that was peaceful, that didn't go into the Capitol, that didn't do anything they shouldn't have done? What about the 500,000 people that did right? But Trump is blamed for all the other people. You don't even focus on none of the people that did what was right. If they really wanted to do something vicious, 200,000 people would have just rushed the Capitol. But they didn't. This wasn't even planned. These people didn't do nothing. They standing there taking selfies. They didn't plan nothing. They didn't really accomplish anything. They came in, they got kicked out. There were some things that happened in there that I don't agree with. But I do understand why people get upset. And people like him are too cowardice to stand up. Your players don't defend you, but you're trying to defend them. They don't defend you. The white man is bad, kneeling for the national anthem, a racist country, when you have given more opportunities to black men in your career as a coach than just about any other profession. But yet you're kowtowing. You are backing down. You're cowering out to social justice, equality, and human rights, which are all talking points. There is nothing real. There's nothing authentic about any of that. These are talking points. 2020, black people are not oppressed in America. You must be out of your mind. You should be ashamed of yourself to think that black people are oppressed in America. You don't know what real oppression is. Real oppression looked like in the 60s in the South, where black people wasn't as ignorant as they are today in the South. They're not as frustrated and sad and feeling oppressed as they did in the South in the 60s. Black Panthers went into the Capitol building of California with guns, and not one of them got hurt. Yeah, they went into the Capitol building with long guns. The Black Panthers at the California Capitol, in there with guns in their hand. Google it. Not one of them got hurt. When it was supposed to be the most racist time in our country during the 60s, the Black Panthers went in there unscathed. And y'all sitting there saying if the black people would have went to the Capitol, that would have been a different outcome. Explain to me the summertime. Explain to me the entire summer when Black Lives Matter is assaulting people eating dinner. They're assaulting people. They're throwing rocks at police officers, killing them, killing many of them in lone wolf situations, gunning them down in the name of Black Lives Matter, burning down black businesses, burning down Target, burning Jack in the Box to the ground, killing each other. Takaria Turner gunned down in a shootout between people that were protesting with Black Lives Matter. Tell me I'm wrong. Why did they shut down the Chad Zone? The Chad Zone in Seattle? Because a 16-year-old black kid got gunned down. He was like the fourth person to get killed in the Chad Zone in 2 weeks. But Bill Belichick didn't say nothing. He didn't say a doggone thing. When David Dorn died, what did he do? I don't know. I'm not going to speak on him. But I don't see nothing as recognizable as what he's saying now when David Dorn died. What was his players doing when David Dorn died? Was it justice for David Dorn? Was it equality for David Dorn? Is that a human right for David Dorn? Didn't get a T-shirt, didn't get a gold casket. People have punked out in this country. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. They don't have heart no more. I understand if you didn't want to accept the Medal of Freedom from President Trump because of what happened, but you got to be consistent when BLM is doing it. Now, if you said, I don't approve BLM, not one player going to kneel on my team, I don't want none of that jazz on our football team. And I don't want nothing from the president. I'm not playing politics. I ain't doing it. And we ain't doing it as a team. I'd say, you know what, bruh? I got you. You're a stand-up individual. I may not agree with it, but I know you're standing on something. But when you push social justice and let Black Lives Matter run rampant, you don't say nothing. You call that justified. And then when Trump want to give you a medal of honor, a medal of freedom, you say, because of what happened last weekend, I don't want a medal of freedom. What does the medal of freedom have to do with what happened at the Capitol? The Medal of Freedom is presented because of a lifetime of your achievements. You somehow didn't achieve? You somehow didn't achieve because something happened at the Capitol for 30 minutes. And I keep saying 30 minutes because it wasn't long enough for them not to even do a vote. They came right back and voted. Took no time, wasted no time. They voted in the same day. If the people wanted to take over the Capitol, they could have stormed them. They didn't have enough people. These people wasn't doing nothing but taking up space. And some of them were being violent. They wasn't trying to do nothing. People comparing this to 9/11. You're smoking crack. You are smoking crack. You are smoking crack cocaine. If you compare this to 9/11, more police officers died at BLM protests than anybody died in this situation. And this is just one situation. BLM has been all over the country. Every shooting, people are getting hurt, killed, shot in the parking lots. Business is being looted by the hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Looting. Burning, buildings burning in the background. This is mostly peaceful. Wake up, America. Wake up. I'm not telling you to support Trump. I'm not telling you to support Democrat. Wake up to the truth. Wake up to what's really going on. Open your eyes. See what they're doing. They claim they want unity, but they're trying to impeach the president, and he got 10 days left. You could be doing more with the people's time and the money than trying to put up articles of impeachment to try to impeach, knowing that the Senate is not going to remove him. You just want to cause controversy and division within the Senate. All because they don't want unity. They want division. They want unity of their side. They want division of the country so they can sell a dream to you and they can run the country forever. You must listen and realize that. None of these politicians, in my personal opinion, in my opinion, except Trump, has done what he said he was going to do. You may not like how he talked. You may not like none of that stuff. But when you look at his policies, he did what he said he was going to do. With the most amount of obstruction that anybody could ever have, he did exactly what he said he was going to do, like him or not. Joe Biden ain't even the president yet, and he's divisive. Joe Biden ain't even in office yet, and he said he ain't listening to Black Lives Matter. He didn't even take a meeting with them. But y'all voted for him. They're not finna do nothing for you. They finna go straight to the border. That's a new victim class. They're doing way better than you. It's way more of them than you, and they're way more gullible than you. And they don't have to do nothing for them. They just got to get them over here and get them amnesty. And they're now a victim class, voting class that's bigger than yours. They're telling you to go get abortions at the Planned Parenthood abortion mill, and they telling them to come over here in droves, and when they have children, they become anchor babies. So they're incentivized to have as many children as they can on American soil so they can have more reason to not get deported, more reason and more roots in this country, and you going to the abortion mill. And you ain't got no roots. Children are going down the drain, and you're not populating. Still 12 to 13% of the population 60 years later. Hispanics have passed black people. You're going to be irrelevant because you're voting for people that don't care about you. You vote for people that ain't going to do nothing for you. You cry about equality, but you voted for a white man to be the president. He's white. He's old and white. You voted for an old racist white man to be the president. You can't say nothing about Trump when you look at Joe Biden, who did the eulogy of a Klans member. He did the eulogy of Robert Byrd. Look it up. And you talking about Trump. He ain't no better. Why don't y'all get a brother in there? Why don't you get a sister in there? Why don't you get a person of color as the president, not the vice president, as the president? But it's rigged. They know who they want to put in there. They know who they gonna have take his place once he croak. They know it. They set it up. You didn't vote. They had it set. They could have ran a black man. They could have ran a Latino man. But they know how to play the game. They had it set. If you ever notice, all these people are succeeding each other are all in the same administration. Huh? Am I lying? You got Clinton. Then what comes after Clinton? You got Hillary Clinton. They come in succession. Obama was the only one who broke it up. Obama, Clinton happened to be in his administration. Her husband, the wife, Obama, Clinton, Biden. Who run for president against Trump? Clinton. Clinton didn't make it. Biden. These people, they are running to succeed each other in succession. They got it planned. You think you're voting for somebody. You think you have options. You think these are the people that are standing up for the people. Joe Biden has been in office for 50 years, and you still complaining because they ain't doing nothing. That's all I'm saying. I could talk for an hour on this. But y'all know what it is. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Is Big Tatum tripping on my own or something? Bill Belichick, I believe that what he did was cowardice. And he should be ashamed of himself. But at the end of the day, he's a grown man. He can do what he want to do. It's America. I love you guys. See you on the next one. I'm out.